Before we start, let's set the mood. How I feel now that you're acting like that. I never will. I hope you guys like Tate McRae because I love her down. Welcome to episode 2 of Malachi's Bed Talks. I'm your host, Malachi, and welcome to my bed. Welcome to my bed. And today I was really eager and motivated to make another video to talk about today's topic, which is Valentine's Day, refining what love looks like. Um, and specifically this year, I want to address love a little bit differently because I've had a past of believing love is like a fantasy, and believing love is. I'm gonna be honest. Back in back in the days, I was thinking love was primarily about um selfishness. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like before I expected people to read my mind. I expected for there to be some sort of fantasy with love, and I feel like that is really not realistic anymore in terms of how people um, how people maneuver themselves now is so much different than what it is, and how people maneuver now is so much different than what I feel like love was shown to me when I was younger. My parents are together and they've been together for 19 years. And the way they depict love to me was that not the way they depicted it, but their love is um beautiful. I love how they show up for each other and the way they communicate. And I kind of just expected it to come easy because I never saw them really fight and I never saw them really argue that much. And if I did see them argue, it wasn't about anything like infidelity or like anything that was really harsh to say. Um, I feel like their relationship was just very good. They had a really good relationship, and I used to think it was just gonna come very easy, and that's not really realistic anymore. In this generation, I feel like it's very hard to come by like a good relationship and a healthy one because I've only had one ex ever, and I'm 20, but I've had like more than 20 situationships. um and none of them hit like they used to anymore. None of them, I don't feel sad about any of them anymore. But there was a time where I did feel like they were at the end of the world if they didn't work out, and it's kind of crazy because I don't give a fuck about those people anymore. So um here we are, 2026, and I just want to say now that I am way more mature when it comes to a relationship. And the way relationships looks now is I'm no longer naive to believe that it's gonna be a fantasy and they're gonna propose to me and they're going to be the sweetest and they're gonna know what I want from not even having to communicate. And love is not that anymore. Love is effort. Love is um, proper discernment. Love is so many things that I want to talk about in this video. I expected people once in my life to. I expected people once in my life that came to me for love, um, and they came to me with preconceived notions of who I was before I even said anything, just based upon my appearance. And I feel like that is so not fair. And I feel like people still experience that. And I feel like people that are on the more attractive side, it's very hard for them to find love, and I feel like it's hard for people that are not really the standard beauty of love, or not standard beauty of love, but like just the standard level of beauty that we like, this the society, like the natural, what am I trying to say? Like, I feel like there is hard to find love for someone that's super attractive, and then there's someone that doesn't have this society level of beauty. People that don't fit that mold, or people that are just excessively attractive, um, I feel like I sit somewhere in between that, and it's hard to find people because they are lustful, and that's something I feel like is very hard now in these newer times of trying to find someone. I feel like it's very hard to find somebody because people are lustful, and I don't want that for me anymore. I don't want there to be a lustful relationship, because after all that lust, like, where's the love? Like, I don't want to be lusted after all the time. I want to find somebody that wants me for me. So, here are a few of. So I want to talk about patience. Let's start there. Um, that is something that's really hard to do, because who wants to wait for love? Like, who wants to wait for it? You just want it to happen, right? You want whoever the fuck to come and sit on your lap, okay, and just be there for you and just talk to you, and it's gonna take a minute. And I'm talking to somebody now, and this is the first time where, like, I'm actually taking it slow, and that's really different than what I'm used to, because I'm used to um don't judge me. I'm sorry. I'm used to love being fast paced, very fast paced, and that's not realistic. There was no depth and no actual care to get to know the person. It was really weird how relationships were when I was younger, and I just feel like maybe that's just because I was young. Um, then there was this sort of judgment, because there's this thing going around where people want like a mask for mask kind of relationship, and that is so unrealistic. Like, first of all, I'm not straight, so you want somebody that's mask for mask, right? But like, you want them to be literally that. Like, you don't want them to be feminine at all. And then when they are feminine, you are unattracted. Like, I feel like there's a certain like judgment that people judge others and like want love. Like, how are you gonna judge the person you're with? I don't know. I feel like I want a relationship where it's non-judgmental, and I don't have to worry about coming to you with something you're gonna judge me. Like, I feel like there's one thing to correct, and there's one thing to like talk about, but there's a whole other thing to be like, well, why are you doing this way, and why are you doing it that way, when there's no right or wrong way to do life. So why are you judging? Like, there's no wrong or right way to do this life, and I don't want anybody in my life, especially not a significant other that I'm choosing to be with you, judging me for anything. You should be my safe space, and that's where um I feel like people are losing, especially me, but definitely a lot of other people, because you're starting to judge me, and how are we gonna be together if you're just gonna judge me and critique me on everything? There's doesn't feel like there's love here. There's just judgment, and you don't want any judgment in any form of um relationship you have in your life. I don't want my friend to judge me. I don't want my parents to judge me, and I definitely don't want my significant other to judge me. Some things that we also have to incorporate in this thing we call love is mercy and grace. Grace and mercy. Um, because like I said, love is patient. Love is unusual. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And it is very easy to like just give up on somebody. It's so easy to just be like, get out of here. I don't want to be with you. Like, drop you like a hot pocket. Like, you're just gone. But like, there's something about like forgiving and like moving on, especially when like that person's worth it. Now, if you really don't want that person, just go. Like, just don't waste their time. But like when you actually like someone, like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of grace. Like, it's something so beautiful about that. Like, I'm gonna give you a little bit of mercy and a little bit of grace because you just want that from people. Like, people, there's some times where you really just want someone to give you a little bit of grace because we're not perfect. And I feel like that is so simply put. Like, we're not perfect people, and you have to at least, if you want to find your person, you have to have a little bit of grace and mercy. Like, give them a little, like, okay, well, you definitely, as long as they're showing up the way they should, don't just give everybody your patience and your grace and mercy. But if you believe that they're truly a good person and this was a mistake, please just give them a little grace and mercy. And I'm definitely going to do that this year for the person I'm talking to. And then, like, if that doesn't work out, then something else. Discipline. And then that goes hand in hand with what I'm just talking about. Discipline. Now, if this person's just fucking up and not really like showing you who they are, and like just like, they are showing you who they are. Like, they're showing you, and they're not being a good person, and they're just not like caring, and they're just not doing the right things. They're not being romantic, no nothing, which we'll talk about later. Um, Drop them and stand on it. Stand on business. Stand on that business. Like, I stand on it. Like, that's the form of discipline that I am talking about. Like, stand on it and keep yourself disciplined because it's easy to fall into that lust, and it's easy to fall into like, I want love, but like, be disciplined and knowing what you want from a person, and maybe later you'll end up giving them that grace and mercy, and it will work. But like, whenever there's times of like, oh, they're not texting me back, and I'm kind of starting to like wonder where they're at. No, don't text them. Be disciplined. Have that discipline and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for them to text me, and maybe they will, maybe they won't, and that's okay. Go about your business. But there's a form of discipline that you have to have with relationships, especially now. Like, you have to keep yourself disciplined, and you want that love, but like, it's gonna be the right person when it's the right person. So have that discipline. Romance. Oh my God, it's the reason why I'm making this video is because Valentine's Day is coming up, and I wanted to talk about it. But romance is something that's so big and so often forgotten. It's like a forgotten piece of art. It's a forgotten piece of art. I just feel like there's no romance anymore, and if I'm sorry, your person doesn't have like any form of romance, leave them, especially if you're a lady. If your man is not being romantic, leave him. Leave. Because why are you not having rose petals? And I'm sorry, like, it sounds cliche, but like, every person deserves some type of like, I care about you and I want to show you through, like, it doesn't even have to be material. It can be something so simple, like, I want to clean your room up and I want to do this for you, or I want to take a shower with you. I want to spend time with you. Like, there's an act of love language, or like, there's love languages for everybody, and I feel like there's romance in whatever love language you have. So like, either that's quality time, spending time with that person, or buying them gifts, or doing acts of service, or just talking to them, being in the same space with them. Whatever is romantic for you is what you should be doing for your partner. And if that person is not doing anything, especially if y'all speak about what your love language is, and they're not doing anything to prove that they like you, leave now. Like, that is so simple. Just leave. And like I said, here's another point I have is effort. If they're not making the effort to talk to you, not making the effort to make time for you, not making the effort to take you out on a date or do anything, why are you here? What are you here to do? Like, you're just here to just what? Like, no, 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 no. Another thing that I really want from a person is kindness, and not even kindness to me, but kindness to everyone. I'm not. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around someone that's mean to a waiter or mean to like people or mean to their friends, mean to their family. No, that's so simple. Just be nice. Be a nice person because I don't want to be around you. There's this form of selflessness that I want my partner to have. I want them to be so selfless when it comes to me and when it comes to their family and their friends because there's something about like selflessness. Like you really care about people, you care about me, and you care about like just being a selfless person, not caring so much about what you have, but caring about what other people in your life have. And I really think that's important when it comes to um, a relationship because at the end of all of this, if you're really just thinking about you and what you want, you don't care about me. Next. Um, Values. I didn't write that here, but I just thought about that. If your person doesn't have any standard of value in what they care about in this life, I don't think you should be with them. And I'm not an advisor. I'm not anybody important, but I don't want anybody in my life that doesn't have a value, like anything they value, either that's family, either that's loyalty, honesty, integrity. If they don't have, it don't even have to be those. If they don't have any values, any principles, morals that they go by, um, goals. I didn't write that here, but goals. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Let them because if you can't have anything that you set down for yourself, if you don't love anybody else, like if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love anybody else? Like that's what RuPaul says. If you don't love anybody, like if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love anybody else? And I just feel like that's such a good way of putting that. Like you don't love your life and you don't want anything good for yourself. So why want to be with me? And why am I not one of your goals? At least me. At least me. Um, what is your goal? Like, what is your point of talking to me? Even like, you don't have any goals. You don't have a goal for life, a goal for love, a goal for your career, your family. Like, you don't have anything. You just want to live, and like, if they're not working towards something, then I mean, there's something out of line in here because you are working towards something. I think, I hope, but you guys should both be working towards something that's greater than what you have right now. Um, I just feel like everyone should be working towards something that's good, goodness, kindness. Um, um, I also have here no expectations. You guys should both be just there should be a level of expectation, but there shouldn't be anything you genuinely expect of them to do for you. And there should just be no expectation of what this comes out to be. Just live. Live with not live with that person, but experience. What is it like to be with this person? Don't try to have any delusions. Don't have don't give them any like don't give that person any potential to fuck up without them even doing anything. Don't give them any fuel. Don't give them a high expectation that they can't even do anything with. Like, I have a tendency to doing that where I will put them at the highest pedestal and then when they fuck up, they're at the bottom of the barrel. And that's not fair. It's just not. And I feel like that's something we have to stop doing because that's playing into that fantasy world. Once again, like if they can't text me first, then they can't be my man. And these expectations that we have, there's no way that people can live up to that, and they have their own life. Like there's no expectation that we need to have. that I'm gonna have this year when it comes to love. And then this concludes this one thing concludes everything. Communication. There we go. There we go, everybody. The word of the day: communication. If the person that you're talking to cannot communicate with you, leave. There's no way you are going to be in a relationship with a person that you love and they cannot communicate. Now, communicate verbally. That is what we need to be doing. You need to communicate with me verbally. I don't need any nonverbals. I don't need you to hit me. I don't need you to do anything. Communicate. Whatever way you need to communicate. In a different language, anything. Communication is key because how are you going to know what this person likes, doesn't like, what they want to change, anything? If you do not have a proper level of communication with your partner, it is bound to fail before y'all even start. It's going to fail because everybody needs to be understood and everybody needs to understand what they want from the person and what the person needs from you. And if y'all can't share that, you don't need to be together. And if y'all can't effectively communicate it without getting in an argument, if y'all can't effectively communicate before y'all have to fight and get other people involved to squash your beefs, it's just too much. Communication is key in keeping a relationship. I feel like that's one of the key things to keep a relationship stable. Um, but that concludes this video. I wanted to talk a little bit about what my um, year of love will look like, what I'm using, because I've learned a lot in my one relationship. It just took me through something. It took me through the wolves, everybody. Um, it took me through a harsh time, and I've learned so much from that relationship. And I just wanted to say what I've learned and put it on the video and really just talk about it, and what I want. Excuse me. What I want my love to look like and my love life to look like going forward. Um, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night, or day wherever you watch this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, happy Valentine's Day. I'm sure there will be another video before then, but I definitely wanted to talk about, what love looks like for me this year. Um, and then this will go great whenever Valentine's Day comes around, But I really hope you guys have a really good day or night whenever you watch this video. And thank you for watching so much. Good night. Good day.